is Elle and I'm a lifestyle, interiors, blogger, vlogger, all things social media, and today I'm talking you through my rental living room makeover. So we've been in this house for about 2 years now. We've previously done makeovers ever since we moved in. I think like the first day I was already planning like making over the fireplace. Last year, however, we really kind of stepped it up and made it feel more grown up. We started with the kitchen makeover, which I filmed previously, so do go check that out if you're interested. From there, it's inspired the rest of the home. So we're working on the living room today. The living room is really like where we spend a lot of our time. If it's not the kitchen, we are in the living room. So it is a space that we absolutely love. We hang out in here all the time. We do eat in here. I work in here now. So it's very much a space that it has to be beautiful because otherwise neither of us would want to spend time in here. The inspiration for the living room comes from very much Studio McGee and Amber Interiors, two interior designers that I absolutely love. I mean, I have literally binged season 2 of Dream Home Makeover already. So very much kind of those neutrals is very much my vibe. This is my inspiration, this is my feeling behind it. The goals of the makeover were to get more storage in here, make it feel more grown up, and just go away from the all white interiors. That was very much my vibe when we first moved in here. It's not anymore. I want contrast, I want a bit of depth, so that's what I want to bring to the space. This video is an ad. I'm very lucky to work with an amazing company on this makeover, which you will find out a bit more of later on the video. So let's crack on with the makeover, starting with clearing out this space. Ooh, I'm out of breath. And as you can see, we've cleared everything, and I truly mean everything has gone. The only bits are staying is this plant for the moment, the smart speaker, but you can see, oh, there we go. Everything else has been cleared off there. I've cleared everything in that corner. I've cleared the coffee table, but kept the coasters because you know marks. And then the main thing was clearing this so that I could move this bad boy out of here. The only things I really have kept is my desk, how I've decorated it, because I quite like the decoration like that. May change it up once everything else comes into place. And then this basket, which I did want to move, but it holds our, here we go, gym equipment. So I just thought that would be asking too much of my husband to run that up 2 flights of stairs. So I figured, I'll keep it down here for the moment because it's more of a storage issue. But once we get the new cabinets, we can start organising these drawers, and that's probably where they will go in the time. But yeah. Oh, and if you look behind here, you can see there's another storage issue, which is all my vases, which I've just kept here for the moment because, again, I'm just like, it's easier than running them up and downstairs when I'm about to put them back in chest of drawers. So yeah, everything is pretty much clear. You can see the mess in there. I'm now going to move pretty much all that back here in front of this door. This was like blocking our front door pretty much for the whole of November and December. And I'm just going to move it back in again so that I can use that area to DIY and create a bit more of a flow path down to the stairs. So I'm going to move that back into place. But it's really nice seeing it like this. I'm like, oh God, like it looks so bare, and I'm just realizing how white it looks. Like, it's just like, okay, this definitely needs some color in it. So I'm really, really excited to start this makeover. So let's get rid of this shelving unit. As you can see, it's really hard to focus on this, but we have cleared the alcove. Ooh. Sorry, it's just because it's a white wall, it's finding it very difficult. There we go. So we completely cleared out the unit. It is downstairs in the cellar, ready to go to the tip as and when. It's just opened this corner up a bit more, so I'm like, can't wait to put some stuff in. We also, off camera, did this other DIY. We also, off camera, removed this door. So we've already done door removal here when we were doing the office makeover, and we transferred it over to this one. The only problem is, as you can see here, is that it's really kind of rotted the wood and eroded and stuff like that, so it's a bit like not like the other ones where they're just a bit yellowing. So we do have to paint over them, but obviously we don't want to paint over the holes. So my thinking is, do I just get some tape, put the tape over the holes, paint the tape, and then it's sort of seamless. I mean, it would be obvious to the naked eye, but not too obvious. And then it kind of disguises them. But I would recommend, like as renters, don't be afraid to remove doors if you have storage. Obviously not every place has storage for a door, but we do, because it's just made a difference to opening up this space. It's no longer like that big block piece of wood there. So it's opening it up really nicely. The only issue I have, and it's a real annoyance, is that the mirror that I want would have been perfect there, but that carbon monoxide box is just sat there in the middle. Okay, we've got cardigan on because I'm a bit chilly, but this is the alcove. So it's about midday. I'm hoping that I can get most of the building frame done of what I want to do in here so that you can just kind of climatize. But basically I could get it pretty much to a place where it was just like paint job tomorrow, maybe even tonight. But I'm not rushing anything. So what's going in here is, like I said, built-in shelving unit. Now I can't do like a proper framing with like framing everything in wood, so what I'm going to do is some floating shelves. There's possible ways to do floating shelves. The most DIY friendly is getting the metal brackets where they have like the long bracket that you attach to the back of the wall and the long metal prods that will hold the weight of the shelf, and you just basically screw that into your wall and then slot the shelf on. You can get them at places like B&Q, Home Base, there we go. And IKEA is a great place to get them. The only problem is that this is over 100 centimetres wide, this area, and not every shelf comes in that length. In fact, I think they pretty much stop at 100 centimetres. So I would have had a gap either side, or I'd have to like juxtapose them so they were like one against this wall. It's really old fashioned and I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to do like the built-in look of one solid shelf across. So we're going to be doing a DIY. It's going to be pretty much like what I did in the kitchen with the shelving unit that's between the fridge and the alcove, except this one I want to be a bit more renter friendly, because that one pretty much cannot move because it's like no more nails and everything like that, but I don't imagine people will move it. Putting shelves in here, like if the next renter took this, they may want to keep the shelving up, but they may not want to, so it has to be a way that we can easily remove it. The main things I need to make sure is A, they're secured into the wall effectively, and B, that they can support the weight. Obviously we're not going to put anything too heavy on there, but it needs to support some form of weight. So we need it to make sure that it doesn't bow. Because of it being a long one, we need to make sure it doesn't bow in the middle. That's the ultimate goal. So my thinking is to do one long piece of wood across here and then attach two either side onto the main piece of wood, and then one in the middle, so there'd be screws at the back of the long piece of wood. Then I would screw that piece E-frame into this solid wall, and that solid wall. So it's got all the solid wood like supporting it. And then I've got MDF sheets there. I'm going to put one on top, one underneath, and then a piece that's going to go across. So that would almost be like a C box kind of shape. So the bracket would be attached to the wall, this would just kind of slide on, drill into place, and then that's pretty much your shelf built in. Sounds complicated, but I think it's easy enough if I do it. The main thing is taking my time with it, not wanting to rush it, and being patient, because this house is old, like it's difficult finding the right spot to sort of drill into, but I'm confident I can do it. So I'm gonna have some lunch so I don't get hangry, and then I'm going to tackle this little bad boy. About 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, 2 shelves are not up. We ran into a few issues, but the first of the brackets are up, the E brackets, and it's working out fine. But the problems we've run into is crummy old walls. So it's just been a nightmare with roll plugs, everything like that. Just, yeah, same old with this house. So I need to run to B&Q and get some no more nails. I've got like a load of screws that are holding, but like things here where this piece of wood it's not quite reaching. I just think a little bit of no more nails just to stick it to the side will hold it in place. I also want to get another piece of long wood, because I think if I get a long piece of wood to go over the front, A, it just helps with creating that fake floating shelf, especially because I'm using black screws, so you won't even be able to see it. But I think also it will just help push the wood out, and then that way pretty much it will just like hold everything in place, and then I can just do screw, screw, screw at the front. That's the plan. So I'm gonna head, I don't even know if they are open. They say they are, but they say it's Boxing Day hours, so I'm like, what does that mean? But it's literally a 5-minute drive up the road, so it shouldn't take me long, and if it's closed, it's closed. But we'll go and get the stuff, and then nice and early start tomorrow. So it has kind of pushed everything forward a little bit. My thinking is that if I can get the piece of wood at the front and the no more nails in place tonight, and then let this dry, then I should be able to get like the second bracket made up tomorrow, cut the MDF off, put the MDF on to the brackets, and then it's just going to be painting in the evening the shelves, painting on Wednesday the shelf, and then hopefully that's like final touches either Wednesday evening or Thursday. So it might be a bit of a delay of me revealing the room to you, although it won't matter to you guys, but that's just my thinking of just, it's kind of pushing everything slightly, but it's fine. Battery's dying, I'm gonna go and run to B&Q, so hopefully you'll see a nice new shelf in a bit. Okay guys, it is the next day. I'm egghead at the moment because I can't be asked to wash my hair, but also couldn't be asked to deal with the fringe, as you will see towards the end of yesterday. As you can see behind me, shelves are up. They're looking beautiful. I've just been cracking at it for the last couple of hours, like since like 8 o'clock this morning, just finishing everything off and getting sorted. You may notice there's quite a number of holes on the side and at the back. I was having trouble finding a place where there wasn't like a stud, so I was actually drilling into brick, not into metal. But also the ones at the side is because you'll have noticed the shelves have shrunk. So when I went out to B&Q, I got in my car, which is obviously outside our house, and I looked into the window and I saw the shelves at their long length, and I just thought that doesn't look right, because I could see like it kind of creeping out past the chimney brass, which isn't like an issue of it being too long because it did fit in, but it was sort of the angle of my eye. I looked at that, just was like, that's not gonna work, that's not working at all, it needs to be shorter. So in hindsight, my kind of complaining about how there weren't any that had a long enough depth and that they were all quite short, it's kind of just mute and pointed now, because I'm gone for the same depth as the shelves in the DIY store, so I feel special. So yeah, I had to cut down the lengths of the previous bracket this morning, make that kind of long bit, put it all back up again, and then follow the second shelf in. But I'm glad I did, and it's a learning curve, you know, these things happen. But I'm so glad I did, because they look amazing right now. I even put the chest of drawer that I'm going to use in just to see how it looked, especially for kind of like the level of the second shelf, and you know, you have a moment of like, oh, this is looking so perfect. So it's all good and dusted. So the next plan I'm going to do is do the MDF that's going to go on top and on the bottom. I'm going to do the MDFs and get them cut out, but I do think I'm going to need brute force in the form of my husband to help me kind of hold it and get it in place while I drill. So for the next couple of hours, obviously I'm going to get another cup of coffee because I need it, but I'm also going to head out because I had some photos arrive. So, fun fact, well not so fun fact, I don't actually have any photographs, like family or friends photographs in our home. I have one actually, I lied. There's just one lonely photograph that's on like my side of the bedside table, but I don't really have any others out. And it's just because it's one of those projects where I haven't got around to like, you know, organising and everything like that. So I figured this was the time while doing this makeover, because I kind of like the look of having a couple of photos like on each shelf and it looking really nice and sort of just, you know, a little bit more about me. So I got some printed off in grayscale. So we've got me and my group of friends there, me and my friend, because I don't have a photo other than this one of her, and then a little long photograph of us at our wedding in New York. So I figured treat myself after some hard work and head to Home Sense and get some frames, because I really want that kind of eclectic look. So I want to look like it's like a little bit vintage, a little bit kind of collected over the years. Home Sense is great for that type of stuff. So I'm going to take these along with me, make sure I get the right size frame, and I'm going to go to the shops in a bit. Good morning everyone, it is not Christmas, Jesus Christ. It is New Year's Eve. It is only the second to last day of 2020. I'm still eggheady and I'm full of cold, so this is not the greatest day to do DIY, but I'm plowing through. I'm plowing through it all. I'm still working on the shelves. I need a bit more time to get them perfect before I painted them, which is annoying. I also need a bit of Velcro grease. I can't do it all on my own, which is even more annoying for little Miss Independent here. But I want these to be perfect, so I'm taking my time with them and waiting until hubby gets home from work. And then we'll crack on. Just to kind of make sure I'm winning at a DIY, because I feel like I'm not winning with these shelves at all until they're completed, decided to put the mirror up behind me. So this is the mirror. It's a nice, beautiful floor mirror. Floor mirror? I mean wall mirror, you know what I mean. Like, just drink some coffee quickly. So it is a full length mirror for the wall. Obviously it could be lean, but it wouldn't work for my husband, so I have to attach it to the wall. I do feel like people get quite scared when putting up mirrors. They can seem complicated, but they're probably the easiest things to do. I think the main thing is getting them right, getting them level, and just making sure that you're fitting them correctly so it's not going to pull the entire wall down, which I totally get, which is why it can be so daunting. I mean, when I put the mirror up that's above a fireplace, I was bricking it. Now I feel a bit more confident that I can do this well. With the mirror, I popped out, got the bits I need, and I've just finished the shelf. There's only one final bit to do, which I need my husband's help for, and the shelf will be ready to paint. So I decided that I'm going to crack on with doing over the fireplace with contact paper. I've used this in our kitchen. It's lasted over a year. It still looks good to this day. I just highly recommend it for anybody in a rental because it's just so affordable. It's such a quick and easy makeover, and it's removable, so you can take this off and leave, and they will be none the wiser that you ever did anything to it. With contact paper, I would recommend, especially with doing something like a fireplace, check the heat resistance on it. I know that this paper is suitable for kitchens where you can put pans down on it if you wanted to. Personally, I don't do that anyway because I just don't want to risk it. But obviously a fireplace gets a lot hotter than a kitchen, and it's much more in contact with the area. So do check sort of the heat resistance and if it's suitable for that. This being a gas fire, we don't ever turn it on. It would be cheaper to light our own money on fire to keep warm. So I'm happy to sort of crack on with this and get going. So contact paper comes like this. It pretty much is one roll. You have your back edge to it where you can cut it to size. Personally, I would recommend not cutting it true and exact. I would go a little bit over because you just don't know what's equal, what's even, or anything like that. So it's easier just to kind of overlap a little bit and cut than it is to like readjust it and everything like that. Tool wise, you'll need a squidgy, or you can use a credit card, just something to help smooth it down. A Stanley knife, I've got two, a big one and a little one, just in case. And yeah, patience. All I would advise is patience. My thinking is it's obviously not wide enough, so I think what I'm going to do is panel sections like this. So I'm going to do one panel section across here, one panel section here, one here, and then work out what I'm doing on the bottom bit when I get to it. But this bit's the first thing I'm going to do. So you're also going to need scissors to cut it. I forgot. It is mid-afternoon now. I have just been doing probably one of the most frustrating DIYs ever. However, it looks good. From afar, I have to admit there are some faults with it, but let me show you what I've just been working on. So as you can see, the fireplace has been transformed. I am so happy. From afar, it looks beautiful. I know this is going to turn out amazing on photos and everything like that. If you do get up close though, you can somewhat see, although it's hard to focus with the camera, but there is like a line just there. Like a Monet, from afar you really cannot tell, like, at all. So this is an excellent renter hack in terms of what you can do to make over a fireplace. As much as I know most of you love the light dark frame, I hated it. and I just think this looks so much better, and thinking dark furniture, this is just going to pop in the middle of the room. So yeah, happy we have done with that. I'm going to crack on and try and do what I can do. Hopefully husband should be home soon so that I can finish doing the bottoms of the shelves and then get on with painting. But in terms of big projects, this is it. Once these are painted and one teeny little DIY over there, it's finishing touches time, so we're kind of back on schedule.
Good morning guys, and happy New Year's Eve. I hope you all had a wonderful time ringing in 2021. I apologise for the same hair again. Trust me, I have brushed it and dry shampooed it. It's just I can't be asked to wash it until later on when I get dressed up to celebrate New Year's Eve. But today is paint day and I'm so excited to get this sorted. Unfortunately, we have not hit our deadline of getting the whole room completed before the new year, which is a little sucky, but do you know what? I will most likely get it finished off tomorrow, and that's when I can show it off to you guys and take all the beautiful photographs, so it's fine. If I can get this paint done before New Year, that would be a win for me. So that's what I'm cracking on with. So let me talk to you about this paint. So this is the paint I'm going with. It is by Coats Paints. I've used them in our kitchen. If you watch that video again, I'll link it somewhere for you guys. I used their wood paint on all our cabinets and it was a beautiful colour, and I was like, I'm 100% going with this brand again for whatever I do on these shelves because it's good quality, it's good pricing, and I just figured it would be brilliant. This is going to match the chest of drawers that is going to go underneath. It was really difficult to get a perfect match, but this is like dead on. The name of the paint as well is also called David Rose. Which I'm only 90% confident that like I bought the paint not for just the name, if that makes sense. Like I feel like even if this wasn't a dead on perfect all there match, which it is, but I have a feeling that even if it was slightly off, I'd been like, it's still happening because I need some David Rose in my living room. So yeah, I'm gonna, oh God, you can tell it's early in the morning. You guys are the first people I've spoken to today. So I'm gonna get cracking on with this paint, put on the coats, and yeah, get started on these shelves.
So these are the shelves after 2 coats of paint, and that's all they need. They honestly, the paint is so good. Like I would highly recommend coat paint to anybody that's doing a DIY because it's such good quality. It goes on really nice, and that's the coverage from dark paint, which everyone knows is really hard to do, so I'm very happy. I'm pretty much done. I've done some top-ups, as you can see. We had a few splashes on the walls, so I've done that. Hopefully that will blend in. But yeah, this section is pretty much done. Painting is done. The main bits to do now is to put the room together with the furniture, so that's obviously going to happen tomorrow. It's 1 o'clock now, so I'm going to start getting ready to celebrate the new year, get myself fancy, paint my nails. But yeah, I'm just kind of happy like the big bulk of it is over. I am now ready and raring to go.
Good morning guys, it is January the 1st, 2021. Happy New Year to all of you guys. We are very much in leggings and an oversized shirt. It's a very casual day, but we are ploughing on with the DIY. Where I left you guys off yesterday was that I was painting the shelves. They are now done and looking gorgeous. I am so excited to decorate these shelves. And the other thing that we've done is we've put the chest drawers in place. This is the part of the video that is the ad, so I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Maison Du Monde for gifting me products that have helped inspire and complete this makeover. I've worked with Maison Du Monde about a month or 2 ago when I was doing my little home office makeover. I'll link that video here. They helped supply me with a gorgeous wooden and marble desk that helped me create a new home office. It's really helped inspire me, keep me motivated while I'm working from home for the moment, and I was so excited when they said they wanted to work with me on my living room makeover. So they've provided me with 2 chest of drawers, as you'll see here. These are stunning chest of drawers. They are a black wood with these gorgeous vintage handles. It's very Frenchy vibe, but still kind of modern. It's kind of that nice blend of being vintage but looking excellent. I got two because, as I said, I've always wanted that kind of symmetry across the alcoves, and I wanted to make sure that they look like built-ins, but they weren't built-ins, but they provided the storage that we need. And I can honestly say that this is a game changer, just putting them in place, knowing what we're going to do with the storage. We've also sorted out the drawers. He's got a whole drawer for himself. He's got a whole space for his PlayStation games, his like headset, his whatever. He's also going to use it to put some of his art supplies in there and stuff like that, rather than, because I get so annoyed that he leaves them like underneath the coffee table or at the side and stuff. He's now got a whole dedicated drawer for him to just dump his stuff. And then I can't wait to start on these ones behind me, in putting in some admin life kind of drawers where everything will be neat and organised. One thing you all have missed that I only did a quick clip of, and I didn't include it in kind of yesterday's things, was I drilled a hole into the TV cabinet once. So what I like to do is make sure everything looks minimal. So the top drawer holds our Skybox and the PlayStation. In order to make sure the cables could feed through to the drawer, I drilled this hole at the back using this drill bit that my dad gifted to me. I don't know what it's called. I will ask him for the official name, but it essentially is a drill bit that has a point in the middle and on either side, and it just continuously makes a circle and drills one through. It's brilliant because it means we can feed the cables through and everything is kept neat and tidy. I don't have to worry about seeing an ugly Skybox on the side. I have a beautiful kind of all hidden, tucked away nicely, so that's perfect for me. In terms of what's done for the rest of the day, we are literally at the finishing line. We have two things to do. In fact, we have three things to do now I'm thinking of it. First one is I need hubby to get up on the ladder and remove the curtain above the front door. It's meant to be a draft like extinguisher, that's not the word, but I mean, you know what I'm thinking. It's basically in these old houses, it's to go across to stop the draft coming through the front door. It does bugger all because it's not a thick curtain, and it's one of those things where we've never moved it across the door, so we figured we'll just take it away and we'll put it back up when we leave, but that's just going to help kind of clear that space up. I need to remove the rug with hubby. That's the other thing I need him to do. I don't think he knows about that yet, but we need to roll the rug up, the old one, so get the new one down. And then I need to give everywhere a clean, a deep clean. I just want to clear everything out, clean it all up. And then once that's done, I can start with finishing touches. I want to play around with a bit of furniture that I've already got. I'm thinking of replacing one of the armchairs for another one. I'm also thinking of replacing the coffee table. I just want to see how everything works, and then once that is done, finishing touches, I can reveal the room to you. So let's get cracking on with the rug. Let's get that out of the way first. We have been somewhat rearranging furniture, just deciding what looks better where. One thing you would have seen is that we rolled out a new rug here. If I pan down, you'll be able to see that there's some coffee table books in the living room. Not even coffee table books, cookbooks. They're just to hold the rug down, they're not staying, they're not part of the decor. The other thing that we've changed up is the coffee table. People who have followed me on Instagram for a while may recognise this. This is like the original coffee table that we had that we stored upstairs. We loved our other coffee table, it was a great size, but there were so many wood elements playing, as you can kind of now see in the room with us bringing in the dark element. It just made more sense to get something a bit lighter that kind of matched in with the fireplace. It's also smaller, which means there's a bit more room now to move around everywhere, especially with us bringing forward the sofa. We've also moved that chair that used to be in this corner over to the window area. We figured it kind of looked better, especially with us having the desk here. We figured my desk chair kind of pull back into this corner was better than having chair on chair. So that kind of like, if I'm not in use, the chair will sit there, and then that armchair, as I'm calling it, but it's not really an armchair, but we'll call it that, lives there, so we've got some extra seating area for when we're allowed people over and everything like that. It is lunchtime though. I've got a very hangry husband. God bless him for being so patient with me and helping me kind of get to this point, but we both need feeding and refueling. I want to watch the new series of the Dream Home Makeover just to get a bit more inspiration, at least just one episode. Please stop shaking your head, it's happening. Just one.
You're living it.
So I just want to get a little bit inspo before I start doing the decor bit. So let's get some food, do those little bits, and then yeah, let's start making over the space and decorating it. Alright guys, it's been a couple of hours and I'm looking very dishevelled. The hair has gone up into a ponytail, so I'm just over it. I've done a lot of admin organising. We had like a junk drawer, like my Monica drawer, where I was just dumping paperwork, important documents and everything into it. I've just spent a good hour like going through absolutely everything in there, filing it, so it's all in one of these drawers behind me. I've filed all our gym stuff in one of the drawers. I've even brought like my blogging stuff down, so now I have my own drawer, so Lee has one, I have one. They're all kind of like nice, neat and organised. We've also spent a good half an hour bringing down any design element piece that I think might work in this space, and we've brought it down into, literally it's all laid out in the kitchen, and then I'm just gonna kind of shop and decorate the room. I just thought if I dump it all in the living room I'm gonna get overwhelmed, so I moved it into one room. Leah's just appeared upstairs, and yeah, I'm gonna spend some time decorating with Dream Home Makeover on in the background because we started, well, I say we, I started 2 episodes and I'm like, yeah, not going off tonight. So with the light the way it is, I mean it's 4 o'clock now, I am going to keep kind of going into it, but the reveal is just not going to be great in this light, like I've already got the main lights on. So definitely after this piece I'm going to just go straight into the living room reveal, but I wanted to quickly talk to you about a couple of decor pieces that I'm excited to incorporate into the living room. So as you kind of know, I have been gifted the furniture behind me, these gorgeous chest of drawers, but along with furniture, Maison Du Monde do some great decor pieces. I love kind of shopping that kind of range. I've got one, there we go, one little piece right there in my home office that I think is just gorgeous and so unique. So I have a couple of pieces that I wanted to show off to you. One of them's definitely going in the living room. The other two I'm going to see how go in this space, but I feel like I can use them somewhere else, so I'm excited to kind of just play around later on in the week with like where they could go in our home. So let me show you the first piece that's the definite. It's this. I can't even fit it in. It is a globe. It's a woven globe, which I know so many of you are going to get. I know there's going to be some people that are just angry that it's not a functioning globe, but I don't care. I think this is so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous neutral piece and I'm so excited to get that up on our shelves. The next piece, she is hefty. I saw this and for the price that she was, I was expecting her not to be as solid as she is. But here you go. She's a bit polystyrene because she's been in the box, but it's like a golden bust. I absolutely love it. Oh god, I just wiped a boob. But I absolutely love it. I feel like she might look good on the side there, but I also think she might look great in our hallway. We have this long tall window at the top of our stairs. It has a nice little like ledge and I think she might look even better there, just kind of with another little decor piece. So we're gonna see, we're gonna shop around. And then the final piece is another one that I feel like I'm gonna incorporate into the space, but again, I just want to see how everything else goes. It is a little armadillo, which is quite hilarious because we watched the holiday episode on Christmas Eve of Friends with the holiday armadillo. So yeah, I just think it's such a unique little piece. He's just so cute. So I'm going to see how he looks up on the shelves and everything like that. But yeah, I'm going to take my time decorating and styling and all of that. The main function pieces are done, which is like the #1 tip when it comes to decorating a space, is before you even think about all the design pieces and elements, lay out your floor plan. So if you are working with a blank space and you can like move everything out, I'd advise to kind of move everything out and start taping down where you think things are going to go, so like your rug, your coffee table, your sofa, etc, like that. If you can't, like I had to, just play around, you know, move the pieces and stuff like that. Now that the foundational elements are sorted, that's when you can kind of come in with the little pieces. Takes a while. I have so much fun with it. Like I said, I'm going to have a TV show in the background, just going to have a play, just have fun. Really just mix it up and don't be afraid to like change things. Like you don't have to commit once it's there, you don't have to commit. So yeah, I'm going to have a bit of fun this evening decorating up the space and you are going to see the reveal, guys, in 3, 2, 1. this room. The whole space just looks bloody beautiful. Like, it's just exactly what I imagined, and I'm so glad I was able to achieve this. I have to say, my favourite bit of these shelves behind me, I'm just so happy how they turned out. Like, you have a vision, you play around with stuff. Like, most of this I already had, but oh my god, it just looks so beautiful. And even my husband was like impressed. Like, he was like, okay, you did well. But yeah, I am so happy. I'm so happy with the storage as well, with these chest of drawers. They hold a lot. Like, I have rammed these drawers and there's still room to grow. But yeah, I'm so happy with this bit. You can just tell I'm just so happy with this room. I love being in this room. I'm just, yeah, so impressed. Thank you so much, Maison Du Monde, again, for sponsoring this video with gifted product. You have no idea how much I love these drawers, how much I love the decor. I'm just so happy, and thank you to you guys for getting to the end and watching this. I do hope you like the video. Hopefully a few more makeovers coming up very soon. I'm not sure which ones, but I'm always planning, I'm always plotting. If you did like this video, do like, leave me a comment, tell me what favourite part you love about this room. Let me know if you want any sort of other interior tips and stuff. I'm working on a bit of a series of very quick videos that can help you sort of style and decorate, all that stuff. So leave me comments, like, subscribe, all that jazz. But just thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I do hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.